Hello guys, welcome to another art journal video with me. Today we'll look at some creative ways in which we can make use of watercolors in our journal. Watercolors are really fun and easy to use. We can create a wide range of color schemes and themes using watercolors. Also make really interesting journal page compositions with them. In today's video, we will explore 3 different creative ways to include watercolors in our art journals. I will also share one of my favorite technique as an additional tip at the end of this video. So do watch it till the very end. Before we begin, let's have a look at the watercolor supplies we'll need. Firstly, we'll need some watercolors. Pick any watercolors that you have. You can work with any one color or combination of different colors. Today I am using watercolors from Mission Mijello and I'll be working with the sepia color. I am currently obsessed with this color. It has a dark brownish black tint and gives a beautiful vintage vibe. Next, we'll need watercolor brushes. Small round brushes as well as flat brushes will come in handy for today's project. We'll also work on watercolor sheets to make a few exciting things. So I am using a 180 GSM watercolor paper. All the details about the materials used in this video are mentioned in the description box below. So let's get started. Use watercolors to create interesting backgrounds in your journal. Turn your regular journal page into a very beautiful pattern layout. Here are some creative ways in which you can use watercolors to transform your regular journal page into a stunning patterned background. Create floral patterns on the page using watercolors. Add leaves or branches on the paper. Fill in the spaces in between with random dots or lines. Don't worry about the shapes being perfect, as this is the background. Just have fun and make big, bold patterns. Next way is to create a geometric pattern or lines on the paper. Here I am using a flat watercolor brush and making stripes on the page. You can experiment with shapes, thickness and color of the watercolor lines. This makes a very beautiful background pattern. Another simple and easy thing to do is make watercolor patches on the page. I am making rough rectangular shape patches real quick. Once this gets dry, I'll doodle over them and add some washi tape to transform it into a beautiful background. Wasn't this a very interesting use of watercolors? If you enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now moving on to our second creative use of watercolors in journaling. It is to make watercolor swatches or watercolor postcards. Select your favorite watercolor and make swatches on a paper. You can paint them as postcards or neat little boxes. Swatching using random brush strokes also gives an amazing result. Or you can also create hand-painted dot stickers with your watercolors. Once they are dry, cut them out in their respective shapes and they are all ready to be used in your journals. third and my most favorite way to use watercolors in art journaling is to paint pretty objects and use them as stickers. Simply take your watercolor and paint loose illustrations of different objects that you see and use in your day-to-day life. The illustrations don't have to be perfect. They just have to loosely represent the items. Floral illustrations, moon phases, jars and bottles and many more things. Paint and cut them out in your favorite colors. You can make them in batches and keep them ready before you start journaling. These handmade paintings make a very beautiful addition to your journal page. And now for a bonus tip. My absolute favorite and go-to technique while journaling as well as painting. This technique is very simple and very easy to implement. Comes very handy when you don't want to do anything fancy or you don't have enough time to spend. What I'm talking about is adding watercolor splashes on the journal page. Mix a little extra water in your watercolor and make it smooth and flowy. Use your brush to pick the color. Make sure the brush is loaded with color and simply tap the brush on top of your page. Splashing color is such a simple and fun process. You can use it to add interest to your background or add it on top of your finished journal page to tie everything together. And that was a list of ways you can use watercolors in your journal. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and got inspired. Let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite technique. If you are using watercolors for journaling as well, I would love to know how you use them. Do mention them in the comments below. See you all in the next video. Happy journaling, guys!